About 80% of acting is listening and reacting. The other 20% is you saying your lines and being pretty on stage. Listening and reacting and practicing listening and reacting is as important as learning your monologues and songs for a show. You have to know how to do both effectively, especially on camera, because half of the storytelling is in your silent face. Now, in film and television, an actor might be doing a long monologue, and sometimes the camera stays on that actor the whole time, but often, more often than you realize, the camera cuts away to the reactions of another actor. Them listening is more important sometimes to the emotional impact of the scene than the actor that's actually doing the talking. And likewise on stage, when you're listening to another actor, you're engaged in the scene and the focus is on that other actor, but it's also on your reactions and the things that you do and how you respond to that. And so all of that is important. You can't just drop your performance whenever you're not talking. You have to listen and you have to react. A lot of actors get it wrong because they think that they have to listen for their cue, or they got to listen for that part of the line when the actor goes line gets cut off with an ellipses or an em dash. They need to be interrupted at that certain point. But that's not what listening really is. That's actor listening. What real people do when they listen is they hear the intent that the other actor is saying. They actually hear what is being spoken to them. Now, the character may not get the message. The character may get caught up on a certain word. For instance, if you say something like, "Did you steal from me?" and the actor says, "No, I didn't steal from you, but I did this." All the character might hear is the no, and then that's what they're going to react to. However, if a character says, "No, I didn't steal things, but I did murder your mother," well then you're going to react to the no, and then you're going to react really big to the murder your mother part. It's really hard as actors sometimes because you're thinking of your next line and you're worrying about your marks and how you look and all those things. So it's hard to actually truly listen to what another actor is saying. Exercises in the Meisner technique have actors sit facing each other, repeating the same phrase, a simple phrase like, "Your coat is orange."
"My coat is orange."
"Your coat is orange." And you just keep repeating that phrase back and forth without changing the way you say it, but reacting and really listening to what the other person is saying and responding appropriately. That's how kind of Meisner starts out. The other mistake actors make when they're listening is that they listen to the line completely that the other actor is saying, and then they respond or they think about what comes next, and then they act, and this causes little pauses between each of the lines of dialogue. One of the phrases that you will hear a lot when you work anywhere is to think on the line, not in between the lines. When we listen to people talk in regular life, we kind of sense what they're going to say about partway through the sentence. The way we talk to each other, we get our intent out through our facial expressions, our emotions, and the words that we're saying. So sometimes an actor can hear another actor and understand what they're listening for without hearing the entire sentence. And so then you can have time to think what your character would respond with and even start responding by overlapping that line of dialogue. So one thing you can do to help yourself as an actor is practice your reactions. Now, we all say our lines in the mirror, or sometimes we record ourselves and watch our performances back to get a better idea of how we're performing. But we rarely practice reactions. And listening. And not that you want to have these stock reactions that you give, but you want to know what your face looks like when you're reacting and whether your reactions are big enough or they read enough for the stage or the screen. So for instance, if you're reacting out of anger, how do you do that? Well, there's lots of little ways you can do that, like a squint, or you could do the "I don't believe you" reaction. "I don't understand what you're saying" reaction. Or you can do the angry reaction, the frustrated reaction. So you see those little subtle differences. And I'm mostly doing this for the camera now, but on stage your reactions would be a little bit bigger, a little bit broader. So practice those, then you know what you look like and what it feels like for your face to react certain ways. But then you got to just let the emotion of the scene dictate how you react. And you can't you can't dictate every little reaction in advance. You just have to actually authentically listen to a person and respond. If you hear the words that a person's saying to you and you feel the emotion of their scene as it's coming at you, you'll know how to respond. Now, the reason why you practice your reactions is because sometimes you don't have the proper stimulus, especially in film and television. The other actor might not be there that you're actually playing against, or you might be reading in an audition against a reader that's not giving you what you need. And so you have to know how to react appropriately to what's being given to you, but still make it believable. So that takes practice. Now, sometimes you're in a scene where you are responding to another person and you're in the dialogue, and sometimes you're in a group scene and maybe you're just listening to a bunch of different people talking for a long period of time before you interject your one line. So what is your character thinking? How are they responding? What do they feel about what this person said? You can't just sit back and say, well, I'm not part of this scene right now, so I don't need to do anything. You have to participate. And speaking of participation, I would like you to participate in the Augmented Actor email list. I send out an email once every month or so, maybe a little more often, of videos that you might have missed here. I also give discounts on Augmented Actor merchandise, and I talk about things that we discuss on the Augmented Actor Facebook group, which you also may want to join. Thank you for considering all of those options. All right, well, I hope you're listening to me, and if you are listening to me, hit that subscribe button, or also like this video, because it really helps me out if you engage with this video. Ask me questions down in the comments below as well, because I will respond to every single comment posted. Have a good day, everyone. Talk to you later.